Hey everyone, so one of the biggest issues that I find that when you're coloring your hair or trying to switch a shade is that depending on what you have in your hair, permanent color, semi-permanent color, or demi-permanent color, you can get what I have here, and that's where you have your shade here. I ended up doing a darker red and it came out a little too dark than expected, and the ends really took because they were porous. What happens with that is that the ends are very dark, so when you do your color, you might get the hot roots, and then, you know, this may be too dark or it may look okay, and then you'll have almost like an accidental dark balayage slash ombre. And one of the things you can do to help get rid of that is to use a really good product if you are non-professional and you don't have the money to go to a salon, is Color Prep from Color Oops. So this is a different product compared to what Color Oops is like. This is a formula that's gonna prime the hair. So what it's gonna do is go in the hair, in the cuticle, shrink the dye molecules, and you're gonna rinse it out. The instructions are in there. It's very simple to use. You're gonna pour 1 into 2, shake it up, put the cap on, and then apply it. You can apply all over if that's what you need, or in certain sections if that's what you need as well. I'm actually gonna try just my ends, and I'm gonna try this on the mannequin because this shade right here came out too dark on my pink curl mannequin. So I'm gonna do that and show you guys how it works. This is a really good product too if you don't wanna spend an arm and a leg and you have a hair mannequin and you wanna practice with hair color and not have to bleach it out and destroy the mannequin's hair. You can go in and do this. These color removers are very safe, they're very gentle, they smell absolutely horrific. It kind of smells like a perm, but that's because of the chemical makeup that you know, is part of the chemical or part of the product. So it will shrink the molecules and allow it to rinse out of the hair seamlessly. So I'm gonna go do it and I will be right back for you guys. All right, so this is my hair after using the Color Prep Color Oops. Ah, shoot. Anyhow, yeah, don't even worry about that. But I know it looks kind of frightening and I'm actually like, oh my gosh, but I'll tell you this, when you're using, all right guys, so this is what happens after you use the Color Oops. I know it looks kind of shocking and it should. What you're seeing, even though the hair looks very light, there could still be color left in here. So if you have box black hair dye and you're using that Color Prep, I'd err on the side of using the real Color Oops. It's stronger because what happens is if you do not get enough of the dye out, give this a few hours and it goes back to being a darker color. Or if you recolor over this, which you're supposed to do with a demi, or if you're using a permanent color, be very careful. It's gonna suck in and go deep real quick. And that's because the hair is very porous, but also because there's some dye precursors in there still. And when you hit it with a peroxide, whether it be a demi or a permanent color, it's gonna reactivate those dye molecules that are shrunk and it's gonna make them big again. And that's why a lot of the more heavier duty color removers, you either have to do 2 in one day and then keep shampooing. And I know the hair feels kind of dry after. It's because the cuticle's raised, do a good deep conditioner and it goes back to normal. So I'm actually gonna be using Clairol's True Color. They sent me oh my gosh, I almost butchered the name, Clairol 6RR, Crimson Flare or Crimson Flame. I'm gonna be using that one and I'm gonna come back to show you guys the result. So this is the mannequin head after using the color remover, and as you can see, it is incredibly even. I was actually mildly impressed with this because I was expecting it to be a little bit more orangey, but this mannequin was like a grayish, almost like a level 3 grayish, dark brown, dull. And I had colored it multiple times with different brands of color, including Redken, Logix, all professional, but it did a really great job at taking out everything and it made it even from root to tip. And it actually took out, when I put it on the blonde, I was incredibly surprised to see how blonde it was. So back here, I did a portion of the blonde. It is still platinum, and I was incredibly surprised to see that. I was expecting it to maybe discolor or kind of turn like a funky color, but nope, the hair is very healthy. It's got a lot of shine to it, and now I'm gonna fool around with some various brands of demi-color and permanent color to show you guys. So that is that, and I will see you guys soon.